Non-attorney reps versus attorney representatives. Who are better? And I'm going to be blunt when I say this. Neither or, neither nor. And you're saying, what? And I'm like, okay, here's what I mean by this. Just because the person is an attorney doesn't mean they're going to be a good representative. Just because they're a non-attorney doesn't mean they're going to be a bad representative. I've had the pleasure of actually interacting with both sides. I'm both non-attorney and attorney reps. I'm an attorney representative. I've dealt with some great non-attorney representatives. Just because you are one or the other does not necessarily make you better than the other. Social Security is one of the few areas of law that allows for representatives to be attorneys or non-attorneys. In a day and age where we've got advertisements all over the place, a lot of times people have a hard time figuring out who to retain. So a lot of times I tell people it really just depends on both, in terms of, what they have to offer. And this is where it gets a little tricky because, as an attorney, I'm always going to be a little biased, but this is what I tell people. The reality is it's not about, what do I always say? It's not about the labels. It's about the context. So in other words, it's not about whether the person's a non-attorney representative or an attorney representative. It's about what is it they're going to do for you. I have run across quite a few non-attorney representatives who are very aggressive in completing the forms for you all the way up to the hearing level. They take care of all of those things in terms of directly communicating with Social Security and all that good information. Quite a few of the ones I've run across actually used to work for Social Security, so they have a pretty decent knowledge of what it entails to actually, do the work. Hands down. Trust when I say this. I fully understand. Trust me when I say this. So they have a pretty good working knowledge, going in and out. Does that mean attorneys won't do the same thing non-attorneys will do? No, not at all. What it means is that in both instances, it really means what are you looking for when you're going to a representative. Now, I will also share this with you. I don't know about every state, but in most states, you have to be an attorney to practice in federal court. So that means while the non-attorneys can represent you at the administrative level, meaning helping you file your application, doing your appeals, representing you before a judge, or even appealing your case to the appeals council, very few of them have the ability to actually take your case in the federal court if it needs to go further. Doesn't necessarily mean they can't associate with someone who can help them with that. Doesn't mean they can't connect you with someone that they know who handles those. Doesn't mean any of those things. What you need to ask yourself is not whether it's important the person's an attorney or a non-attorney rep. What you need to ask yourself is, what do you want that representative to do for you? What are you expecting in terms of the level of service they're going to provide to you? And you need to ask those questions because, like I said, just because a person is an attorney doesn't mean they're going to give you that same level. Just because they're a non-attorney doesn't mean they won't give you that same level. At the end of the day, they're both what? Representatives. You need to know, are they going to adequately represent you?